Saleng A Sangma nong thawai ka Congress na gambegre ulapan pau ka jingsokhia halor ki kular ka sarkar ban pynkup bori ki nongrep handai hakabakut ki nongrep ki shakhnyat dakba nongkhrong khajna hakibor katnat municipal GHDC bat ki weipat haba ki letra ki marep shakiyo ki han kani ka jingkram ni nong thawai kalami hakakali banram hakakenta kali jingkali hakasi basan ka dor bar mangtengka jongka yeng dor bar thawai ka jala haka apsautrik ber arja rapulai haswa ka niu nong thawai ka Congress na mahoti ba Charles Marngar lokwa bantep na ka menteri badikmi ya katnat kamrem ka Dr. Amprin Lingdo la ka sarkar la pentri kam ni em ya ka minimum support price ya ka ba kala ong ba kamdan satya shushu ba Charles ulakren halo ka jingsha od kilo ki nongrep ya ka ba ka menteri kala kular ba kan pepnya ya ka ne bat khamadien u menteri rang ba ka jala konrat ke sangma ulo ong ba ka sarkar kalawan ra yo number 1917 khnang ba ki nongrep kinyo ban phun bandi ya ki marrep ki jongki.
Honorable Speaker, sir, reply to star question number 58. Sir, 1. The department is implementing various central and state schemes for the setting up of agri-processing infrastructure in the state, including the Pradhan Mantri formalization of micro-food processing enterprise schemes and the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. In marketing, sir, the department has under various interventions for facilitating marketing of agriculture and horticulture produce in the state. 3, sir, minimum support price has not been implemented in the state. However, various marketing initiatives are being implemented through cooperatives and other collectives to support farmers, sir.
Now, supplementary question, please. Charles Mamna.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister in charge for the reply. My first supplementary question is, may I know from the Honorable Minister in charge whether the state government has any plan to set up skill industries to produce sweeping broomstick?
So government has initiated certain schemes for broomstick as well, but I will require notice as to whether or not it would be converted into a large-scale industry.
So I have one suggestion. Today the price of broomstick is rupees 100 and 100 plus per kg. But if the government can set up skill industries, we can make 3 number of sweeping broomstick from 1 kg of broomstick. One sweeping broomstick, if we sell in the market at the rate of 200 rupees each, so the farmer will get 600 rupees per kg. So my suggestion is to the Honorable Minister in charge to kindly take any steps for setting up skill industries to produce sweeping broomsticks.
Point noted, sir.
One more supplementary question, sir. May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge, what is the role of marketing board in helping the farmers, be it vegetables, fruits, ginger, broomstick, bay leaf, black peppers, etc.?
So the marketing board in the state of Meghalaya, sir, has been already initiated. And in the marketing board, sir, we have facilitated on behalf of the farmers certain facilities. These facilities, sir, primarily will enable farmers to bring their produce to the marketing board, and we provide storage facilities. We have godowns. We also have auction and grading platforms. So this is located in Maoyong, and yes, certain producers are now being marketed and enabled through this platform. We have potato, ginger, broomstick, despati, resinwood, and some other products. So yes, we facilitate farmers, but that's about it. We've not been able to really ensure that all of these marketing facilities have been able to be uh, adequately marketed on behalf of the farmers, sir. Yes.
Thank you for the reply. I have one more supplementary question. May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge whether the state government have any system to check the deduction of farmer produce in the market?
So may I have some clarity on that broad question, please?
So you may repeat the question.
May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge whether the government of Meghalaya have any system to check the deduction of farmer produce in the market?
Honorable Speaker, sir, yes, we are aware that there is a lot of manipulation on weighing systems in the current situation, and farmers are challenged to a large degree. We, as a government and as a department, have recommended certain weighing systems and have made it mandatory that weighing of producers of farmers should be done through correct weighing systems. So, sir, that's about it, sir. Yes.
Thank you for the reply. Sir, please allow me to give one suggestion. When the farmers sold their ginger of 100 kg, sir, the traders will deduct 10 kg out of 100. So, may I request my suggestion to the Honorable Minister in charge to kindly see and look into the matter for our beloved farmer in the state.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, sir, we are aware of that. And we are at the best trying to ensure that farmers are not cheated and farmers do not suffer losses because of the weighing mechanisms that are currently being implemented in their own market. And yes, there are many disadvantages of ginger in its raw form. So we are initiating several facilities for farmers across the state, whether it is turmeric, whether it is ginger, or any other produce, to enable farmers to utilize these facilities provided by the government through their various cooperative societies and farmer producer groups across. And we hope that with time, sir, we will inculcate in the mind of the farmer that it is not just the raw produce which is relevant for their gain and doubling of their pricing, but we are now trying to intervene and put in place several processing units, drying units across the state of Meghalaya. And yes, points submitted by the honourable member have been duly noted, sir.
Thank you, sir. One more supplementary question,
No,
sir?
you have already
Only one,
passed
sir.
five.
Only one.
No, I can only give you 5. Each member are only 5
Only one.
supplementary questions.
Please, sir.
Mr. Celestine, Dr. Celestine Lingdo, please. You raised his hand first.
Sir, in this question, minimum support price is not extended to our farmers. And the weighing, as we have discussed just now, it is not just exploitation, it is an open, broad daylight looting of the farmers. So may I request the Department of Agriculture, maybe in collaboration with Weights and Measures, to introduce some sort of a hotline number where farmers can report about their exploitation, because it happens on a daily basis. Some sort of a contact point where they can directly air their grievances and record about their being exploited. Thank you.
The point noted. It was merely a suggestion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, a lot of members have been mentioning a lot about the agriculture sector in this question. The Honorable Minister has already replied in detail, but I'll just add a supplementary to all the points mentioned, that we have to realize, sir, that ultimately the farmer, the ecosystem in which we are working, the options through which the farmers are able to sell their products are limited. And that is when the so-called exploitation takes place to some extent, sir. Hence, realizing this limitation that is there that the farmers face, the government in the last 5 years, in fact, we've been working towards having multiple options for the farmers. And that is the reason why we have sanctioned almost 30 plus farmers markets in different locations. These are markets which will be run by the Farmers Association themselves. And we intend to have multiple farmers markets in different locations so that the farmers have options then to sell their product in these markets run by themselves. And in those markets, there will be minimum commissions that will be prescribed, and hence they will not be able to go beyond a certain percentage for the association to run. And as I said, this will be markets which will be run by the farmers themselves. Number two, sir, we have also realized that transportation is an issue, and hence the 1917 system that we have, we had only about 25 or 30 vehicles. By the end of maybe this 5 years, we're talking of going to almost 500 plus vehicles. In the next 1 year, I've mentioned my budget also, about 50 have been given, another 150 will be given. So we are looking at giving options to the farmers to be able to then, and these Mahindra pickups or whichever vehicle is brought and given to them will be again run by the farmers themselves, by the entrepreneurs, whoever wants to apply. So farmers associations can also apply for this, entrepreneurs can also apply, transporters can also apply. So we will be enhancing the transportation facilities so that the farmers can then transport their product to their desired market, which they had limitations earlier. Third, sir, the 1917 is a very powerful platform, sir. This is a platform where, as Honorable Member has mentioned, the calls by the farmers also is made. The farmers can actually call up and complain and say that I'm not being able to sell my product. Can you allow me or connect me to a buyer who wants to buy my product? And then it is this 1917 platform and technology that then connects the buyer to the seller and to the transporter also. So all the three dots are connected by 1917. So the farmer can call and say, I have this produce, I would like to sell, can you help me? The buyer also can call this number and say, well, I want to buy potatoes, can you connect me to a farmer? The farmer can also say that, well, I have this buyer and I have the products, I need a transporter. So 1917 connects these three dots. And hence, this is another mechanism. So therefore, sir, the problems are there, but it is not just by looking at it from one angle. We have to just broaden the entire solution, and that's what we've been doing in the last 5 years. And increasing the markets run by farmers, ensuring that transportation is there, improving the overall food processing so that value addition is done, and use of technology, number 4, in terms of 1917 and this entire platform we're creating. These are the mechanisms which we are doing, and we will only enhance it in the coming years, sir.
State government conducted technical studies.
Deputy.
So 75% of our citizens depend on farming, and most of them are farmers.
Mr. Speaker,
So I
sir,
would like to know from the Honorable
the state
Minister
government
in
has
charge of
taken
agriculture
multidisciplinary and integrated approach
in the
to
course of
tackle traffic
response
congestion and improve the mobility and accessibility of
where the
stores.
department has undertaken various interventions for facilitating and horticultural produce in the state.
So,
I would like to know at least few steps, 1 or 2 steps taken by the department with special reference to pineapple farmer in Kyrwoh district.
Over and above the farmers' markets that we have already, that the Honorable Chief Minister has already highlighted, the I-teams and the facilities that we are going to be putting in place for marketing of farmers' produce. Pineapples does have great potential in the state of Meghalaya, sir. And in fact, particularly recent years, pineapple alone, about 47 MT of this produce has already been sent to other states like Bangalore, Chandigarh, Guwahati, and Delhi. So just for pineapple alone, the trade value increased to 5,90,000 plus, which is an increase of price realization of about 40 to 70% as compared to the ordinary sale of pineapple for local usage, sir. So these are some of the interventions. We've done similarly the same thing for the mandarin, the Khasi mandarin. There also we have managed to increase price realization up to 20%, which is a win-win situation for farmers. And we've done similarly for turmeric, for honey, for black pepper, and the list goes on. Now we are also focusing our attention on millet, this being the year of the millet. So these are all practices which are traditionally practiced in the state of Meghalaya by our local farmers. And we want to assure this August House, sir, through you, that we will leave no stone unturned to ensure that the 75% of citizens in the agrarian state of Meghalaya get ample opportunity to profit and make farming as their core practice, sir.
So, only one. So I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to the department, even in the past also, where setting up of processing unit has been done directly to the cooperative society of the pineapple farmer also. So I would like to humbly request through you, sir, to the Honorable Minister in charge, in setting up and identify more cooperative society and give them financial assistance for setting up a small processing unit for pineapples, especially on behalf of the pineapple farmer of Kyrwoh and in my constituency. Number one. Number two is that to facilitate cold storage. We understand market intervention has been there, it has been placed. Levy market has been set up by the horticulture department, but on top of that, we need a cold storage, maybe in Nongpo, a good one run by the department itself, so that it will facilitate the pineapple farmers so that they can keep there, they can supply outside, they can supply to the fair price shop, even in the highway of the national highway, Shillong Mail, and even to have more processing unit. This is my humble request to the Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, sir, points submitted and suggested by the Honorable Member have been noted. But just to take this further, sir, we believe in the empowerment of the farmers themselves. And markets will only flourish if farmers themselves are empowered. And yes, we will initiate cooperative societies, we will nurture them, we will handhold these farmers, we will give them exposure trips, we will give them training, we will empower them to bookkeeping. Because sir, once you get into this mode of functioning, then you just have to make sure that you are exposed to all the necessary procedures that farmers need to engage in. And our farmers, being very simple people, sometimes do not understand the entire concept. And yes, sir, the department and the government of Meghalaya will also ensure that more than one department gets involved in the marketing of farmers' produce. Corporation department is also now getting involved in the formation of these cooperative societies. We are going to be empowering them in three major areas. One is infrastructure, We have to ensure that farmers are given all kinds of facilities and infrastructure. The cold storage that was talked about is a very important, something that needs to be there. We will involve with the support for the procurement of necessary machineries and working capital to empower the farmers in their various locations.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Saleng A Sangma, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So we are talking about the empowering the farmers, but we ended up empowering the collectors sometimes. That's why the rate changes. We are talking about minimum supporting price for the farmers, but we ended up, instead of that, if we can help the farmers in empowering truly in nature. Now the fact is that why the rate changes, the trader changes the rate. Because there is not only the double taxes, even the triple taxes sometimes. It happens with the traders. That's why the traders reduce the rate in buying the products from the farmers. Now in my constituency, I have seen, in one market itself, there will be a GSTC tax collector and monopoly tax collector. And on the way, when they will bring to Tura, there is a municipality tax collection also.
Would you come to the
Which is
question,
illegal.
please?
No, that's why we are talking about the empowering the farmers, but we ended up empowering the tax collectors. If that can be checked and measured nicely, and then, those who are collecting not even at the given rate, they are collecting the tax at the higher rate. That's why the traders try to buy the product at the lowest rate. So they indirectly give the tax from the farmers, not from themselves. So if that can be checked and inspect nicely, I think then only we can talk about empowering the power to the farmers. So now for example, when entering Tura, we have the illegal municipality tax toll. Whereas Supreme Court has already banned the toll rates. Private members'
I am to
bills
the
are
question,
brought
please.
in
So,
by...
sir,
That's why the question is coming up only. So if those collections of tax, even by the In the list of municipality, even by the, even by the passed by the Rajya Sabha. GSTC monopoly and all, if that can be checked thoroughly by the marketing board, and if they are illegally doing, at least they should be taken into some kind of consideration so they can, as per the law. So at least, if that can be checked seriously. So whether any kind of, step will be taken to these illegal, collectors, collection.
So it is the endeavor of the Department of Agriculture to ensure that we empower the farmers themselves. We are aware of these difficulties. But it's a good thing, sir, that this August House have become of age now to understand that there are all these factors that are actually challenging the farmers. And that's where we need collective responsibility. Because who are these check gates? Likely they are offshoots of some political pressure that is again generated by various factors. I do not want to dwell at large at that. We are aware of these difficulties and we have
Mr.
said
Speaker, sir,
the only way
reply to Star
empower
Question
the
47.
the farmer is to
Sir,
ensure
no
that he
bill
is in
regarding
charge
UCC
of
has
the
been
market
passed
himself.
by the Rajya.
And points already brought forth in the discussion here this morning
The private members'
have been
bill
taken note
in the
of.
Rajya Sabha.
And yes, we will try to ensure that these difficulties do not get in the way of the farmer in his efforts to earn a livelihood for himself and his family.
Balak Manum. Balak Manum.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I just want to know whether the government have any plan to help the betel leaf grower farmer in the line of marketing of this betel leaf so that the farmer could get the price which they are supposed to get.
Honourable Speaker, sir, it is factual also that betel leaf is a perishable item. And when perishable items come to the market, there will be added challenges for farmers marketing the leaf. We are engaging extensively on arecanut. I'm yet to be briefed and understand, and I'm yet to take information from the department whether betel leaf is also part of the produce. And yes, point raised is very relevant, and I've taken note of that.
So I'm very happy that the minister has understand that the betel leaf is a perishable item. So I just want to request the government that we have seen that the price of betel leaf is fluctuating every now and then, and sometimes the farmer do not get the price which they are supposed to get. So I request the government to find ways and means so that they will help the farmer in marketing the betel leaf, not only inside the state but outside the state. Because we have seen that betel leaf from Varanasi, from Kerala, they easily come to the state of Meghalaya. Why not the betel leaf from our state? If the price is we could get higher, we could send to outside. This is my request to the Honorable Minister, sir.
Point noted, sir.
Yes, Saleng, last.
I'm happy. Yeah. Speaker, sir, I'm happy and then glad that our Honorable Minister has taken into consideration, because from my constituency, Amanda, Ningjabul, Sugri and all, they are having a market in Tura itself, Najing Bazaar. So when they are coming to sell their produce in Tura, they have to pay a tax at the, at toll gate, municipality toll gate, which is illegal. And then even from Baro Mile, Dalwagri, Darengri and all, they are paying tax at that, just before entering Tura, at near Dobasi Para and in my constituency itself. So if that can be closed down, because it's totally illegal. It's totally illegal. We know that municipality cannot have the toll gate, but yet they are having the toll gate. If that toll gate can be closed down, and if who is responsible can be, given us so motor case from the government, because I have already bought this one in the floor of the house. So this should be, legitimate, and then it should be considered as an information given to the house. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Point noted, sir.
Sir. Arden, please. Before you say, I think this is a question hour. I think the question should be raised, but some more of suggestions are coming in. So please ask your question.
I just want to bring to the kind notice of the government, sir. We know that whenever we approach the problem, there's always a short term and a long term. So, sir, Yodo is the main market. You cannot deny the fact that Yodo is the main market for the farmers. They used to sell their crops there. No matter what you do, what you try to create markets, but people would love to, go to Yodo first. So it is there that the exploitation against the farmer is highly prevalent. So may I know from the Honorable Minister, what immediate step can the government take to stop that exploitation against farmer in Yodo in particular?
Honorable Speaker, sir, not even a month has passed since this department has come under my purview. I am also being told that there are these factors everywhere. I can just but assure this August House through you, sir, that I have taken note of these suggestions. I've taken note of the problems highlighted. I will have to appraise myself first, then we will decide, and then we will see what is the best way forward. But the one thing that I can see from all the questions that have been raised and the interest that this department has suddenly, not that it is sudden, it has always been like that, but I will try my best to ensure that we bring out strict policies, maybe. I'm not sure, sir, but I will need time. Give me the time, sir, please.
Last question, Mr. Rupert Moment.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Our honorable members, they talk about many agricultural products, but I would like to say something on banana. Sir, entire North Garo Hills and a part of East Garo Hills, we don't have minerals, but we have agricultural products. That is banana. And
we don't have a proper market for banana. And we are in the part of Assam border. So our main market is in Dorangri. So Dorangri is getting name and fame that one of the biggest banana market in Southeast Asia. So my question is that if something can be done within the Meghalaya, Garo Hills, it will be very nice. That is my request, sir.
So point noted, sir.